Hey, Spiderbot here, NextGenTactics.com, and this is Dead Space Ignition. I'm going to do a complete walkthrough of this downloadable, I guess we'll call it a mini-game. It's on PlayStation Network and I believe Xbox Live. And what it does, it actually bridges the gap between what happened at the end of Dead Space 1, the original, and I do have walkthrough videos for that, so I'm going to link to the first video that I put out for the original Dead Space. It was sort of a live commentary walkthrough. And between Dead Space 2, which comes out this Tuesday, January 25th, 2011. So there is some time in between the end of the first one and the second one. And what this little mini-game does is sort of give you a little bit of a backstory for what has happened in between those two games. And seriously, Dead Space 2 is going to be kick-ass. I loved Dead Space 1. Dead Space 1, the original, was the first game I ever platinum trophied on my PS3. And it was a kick-ass game, and I'm telling you, go back and play it, or at least watch the videos. Go back to the link, watch the videos. I did a complete playthrough. But even if you buy the game, you can probably get it for like $15 or even cheaper, and it's well worth to play through. And you guys are gonna love it. And I'm sure Dead Space 2 is just gonna be as epic as the first one. So we're gonna get into it right here. Probably won't have a lot of opportunity to talk. There's a lot of sort of cutscenes and stuff, but I'll probably talk through a couple of them at any rate. Here we go.
Come on. Damn it. Gotcha. You see, that wasn't so hard.
That's what she said.
Careful, Officer Anderson. I might report you for sexual harassment.
Promises, promises. What are you doing here this early anyway?
Got a remote alert that my terminal crashed. Wanted to fix it before my shift starts. The way things have been lately.
You needn't have bothered. I'm sending you out, Franco. We've got a malfunctioning heavy-duty door over at the CEC facility and you're up.
I should be able to do that from here.
If we could reach it remotely, I would have dealt with it already, smartass. Pack your bag and get over there. Ask for Supervisor Burkhoff in processing.
You want me to come with? Like you said, things have been pretty hairy out there lately.
Not a bad idea, Anderson. While you're at it, pack a lunch. Board's already lighting up. You'll probably be out most of the day.
Alright, so she's kind of hot and kind of not.
Active. I'll update you with anything else that comes in.
You got it, boss.
You think you could have been any less subtle?
If you know what I mean.
I'm sure I could try. You complaining?
Hell no. You know I'd tell the world if I didn't fear your wrath.
Not that again. Please, I told you already.
Yes, apparently they got something going on. They're just bantering.
It's been
blah,
almost
blah,
6
blah.
months,
You don't need to hear this
I
crap.
know.
So
Please,
apparently they've been going on
not
for
today.
6 months, and
Sounds like
she
it's
doesn't
going
want
to be
anybody
hectic
to...
enough.
No.
Supervisor
Typical.
Burkhoff, Franco Delisle, CPD. You said you got a malfunctioning door?
Malfunctioning's one way to put it, sure. You ask me, somebody hammered it.
You mean sabotage?
1 minute it's working, the next it isn't.
Oh, great.
When I open the door pad,
Yeah, I see what you mean. Someone did a number on this, and not just the wires.
but you can fix it, right? I got a few hundred tons of ore scheduled to pass through here today.
I'll certainly do my best.
He always says that. Don't sweat. If it's made of circuits and wires, he can make it work.
So this is a little reminiscent of the original Dead Space. Sabotage. This is not boding well for us. Okay, so this game is made up of basically, these cutscenes and 3 mini-games. So the first of these mini-games is called Trace Route, and the thing is, you have a rig, and as you progress through the game the first time, you can upgrade your rig, and you can get different power-ups. And during this playthrough of the game, we already have those. So if you see on the left side of the screen, we have these items that you can use. The square button is for the basically speed. The triangle button is to drop a block that basically reverses the direction of travel for your little, let's call it electron or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then the circle is to basically drop a bar that'll sort of block the path of these other electrons that are following you. So you're the red guy, the blue guy. You basically have to get to the end here before the blue guys get to the end. So we're using our speed boost, and we just dropped sort of a blocker bar, for lack of a better word. But this one was pretty easy, and you have to do this a number of times throughout the game. So that's the first one. We'll have an opportunity to see some more shortly.
Great, thanks.
No problem. If it happens again, just give us a call.
Hey, before you head back, can you stop by logistics? Friend of mine over there was saying they got computer problems.
Did he call it in?
Beats me. But you're already here, right?
Weaver, this is Delisle. Fix that door, but the super's asking about an issue in logistics.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you to head over that way while you're there. They've got a supply logging terminal that keeps sending bad data.
So this is how he knew we'd be out all day. Nice of him to give us some notice.
Oh, it's Weaver. What can you do? Anyway, assuming he's right, you want to get drinks after shift?
Sure.
Delisle, this is Weaver. Got another flag for you.
We're not even at that second job yet.
The sky panel on the CEC sector is on the fritz. Most likely a power routing problem.
Can't someone else take that?
You're the closest officer in the field.
Don't worry, boss. I'll look after him. He's safe in my hands.
Good to know.
Whose side are you on, anyway?
Aw, it's kinda cute. You can hold my hand if you get scared.
Are you cops?
See what I mean? She's like hot, and she's not.
Sorry, we're stretched pretty thin right now. Half the sprawl seems to be falling apart.
Well, I hope you can put this back together. It keeps sending the wrong figures, and half a ton here and there adds up, you know?
Huh. Oh, maybe a bug or glitch. I'll see what I can do.
Alright, so this next minigame is called System Override, and it's going to be really hard to explain, so I'll try and explain a little bit each time we play it. But basically, you have to send out these virus dudes from your... If you see that red unit, it's got like a little arrow on it over on the right-hand side, on the far right. You have to send your viruses out from that unit, and it has to reach that green sort of glowing block over on the left side. It's got a little arrow on it as well. So you have to basically break through these enemy, let's call them enemy viruses. You have to destroy them and see how we've created a path now that we can actually go over to that green unit way over on the left-hand side, and we end up winning the minigame. But we'll explain a little bit more when we play some more.
There was some corruption in the terminal I/O. Weird. Almost looked like it could have been infected.
You mean like a virus?
Possibly. I'll check it out when I get back downtown. Either way, you should be good now.
Thanks a million.
So, where to now?
Don't pretend you forgot. We're going rimward, to the sky panel.
I didn't forget. I was hoping you had.
I'll never get why you don't like spacewalks anyway.
Look, some of us were born on a planet, okay? I like having some gravity holding me down.
That's what the magnetic boots are for.
You're not filling me with confidence, Sarah. Hello, yawning blackness of space.
You're so cute when you're nervous.
Can we please just get this over with? Less with the talking, more with the not falling off.
I'm no engineer, but I'd say that shouldn't be happening.
As a fully qualified and highly trained engineer, I find your input invaluable.
No need to be snippy.
Yep, definitely a hardware problem. Tether me up, would you? I'm gonna have to demag my boots in case the whole thing shorts out.
You're all set.
Thanks. Here goes.
Okay, so here's the third minigame coming up, and it's called Hardware Crack. And what you have to do is actually get the lasers from where they're emanating, and you're using mirrors to move the laser around, and you have to get it into these receptors. And you can only, if you notice there's an arrow on the receptor, you actually have to bring the laser in through that arrow. Like basically through the receptor, you power the node, basically, and then you finish the hardware crack, and you win the minigame. They do get harder, trust me.
Got it. Should hold until they can get a crew out here, at least.
See? Wasn't so bad.
No, but I still... Whoa! Sarah!
Franco? Don't sweat it. I tethered you, remember? Come here, you big baby.
Yeah, you big baby. Anyway, so we haven't seen too much so far, but, sort of what I get from the beginning of this this game. They're on some sort of space station. Obviously this guy's an engineer, similar to Isaac Clarke in the first game. She's
all right, let's get you inside.
Part of the police force or something on the station.
Lock in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
And it looks like we have some sabotage going on here, though.
Yeah. I just need a minute.
He's not doing so well.
Well, what the hell was that?
Meteoroid strike on the outer door seal. We're losing air. Gotta get out.
Grab a mask. I'll lock it down before we leave.
Meteoroid? What? Oh my god. Okay, so here's another game, another hardware crack game. So again, it gets more complicated. We have 2 red receptors and we have 1 green receptor this time. And there's also mirrors that can appear on the grid, those purple mirrors, and they actually rotate. So we're going to bring this red laser over to the mirrors, and if you watch, when the mirrors rotate, it'll bring us up to the receptor on that top right, of the grid here. And then what we basically have to do is bring this other red laser and bring it over to that receptor on the bottom left.
Energy instability detected.
And I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this green one. Yeah, I kind of messed up, so you got to play around with it. I mean, it's not that difficult. It just takes a little getting used to. You just have to route them the correct ways, and you win the game again.
Shutting down.
And you continue on.
Security response.
Pretty easy. It gets a little more complicated, but, you know, we'll see. Okay, so here's another game. So we got to do another trace route.
Data connection. Approved.
And, you know, like I said, as the further you go here, the more complicated it gets. So we'll try to explain a little bit more here. Obviously, you got to avoid, you know, you got to follow these paths, avoid all these blocks. You can actually use X. X actually slows you down. So just in case you run into, you got to get from the top to the bottom. It's kind of difficult sometimes. You actually have to slow down because your trace is actually running at a fairly decent clip. And then those things actually, you know how you hit square to speed up? Well, there are blocks or circles that actually speed you up, and you'll see they have the 3 arrows on them or whatever, and they actually speed you up similarly as if you were to press the square button. So now that trace is ahead of us, and you can actually, if you get behind one of these blue traces, if you actually follow directly along its path, it'll actually make you travel faster. So if you do end up getting caught behind, you can actually go right on its trace and follow it. Those purple guys, they'll actually place blocking bars right in front of you. If they get in front of you, they'll place blocking bars. And then there's also these green trace. I believe it's the green trace routes that if they come close to you, they'll like knock you all over the place. So you just gotta be careful of those things. And those blocker bars, they basically just slow you down. Like, you can go right through them, but they slow you down significantly. There's that purple guy trying to catch up to us. We got some blue guys chasing. No! Yeah, blocker bar. And that's it. We got to the end. So we won that mini game, and that's it for this video. It's actually 4 videos for the complete game. And we'll get into some more cutscenes and whatnot a little later in the next video, basically. Alright, so stick around. Again, it does provide a little bit of background for Dead Space 2, which we will be doing a complete walkthrough, trophy achievement guides, and multiplayer guides beginning on Tuesday, the 25th of January, 2011. I'm Spiderbite for NextGenTactics.com, and I'm out. Hey guys, we're on Facebook. Check the description of this video for the link to our new Facebook application. Subscribe and get our latest video updates posted right on the wall on your own Facebook page.